Race fans, we want to welcome you out to the Best Plumber podcast. This is going to be something you want to sit back in that recliner, kick those feet back, get you something cold to drink because this is going to be absolutely amazing. I'm Brandon,
I'm Kateea.
and here we go. Race fans, episode number one, guest number one, and we bring you the McMinnville, Tennessee driver. He drives the XL chassis number 32, Mr. William Blankenship, buddy. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate this honor and getting to be on here with y'all too.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. So the year has been crazy. We started with insanity at I-75, and then it's come to where we were at Thunder Mountain last weekend. What do you think about the season so far?
It's put on some phenomenal racing. It's had I as a fan, I absolutely love everything that's happened so far. I don't think there's been um, a dull moment at any racetrack. As a driver that's had bad luck at every racetrack, and every week we had to come in and fix something just from the positions that we've been in. I'm not this year. I'm not happy with what we've been doing, but I think we'll get there and we're putting in some solid races. But as a fan, this series has been awesome watching some of these races.
For you not to have a good outcome, you're still sitting fourth in points right now, which is a pretty good outcome so far. Because, well, after Taz will technically maybe be mid-season, so I mean you're still sitting pretty good.
We're a whole lot better off than what we was last year. I just have such high standards and expectations. I mean, I'm mad if I'm not. I'm disappointed that we didn't, due to our potential. I feel like every week if we don't win, but if we're outside the top five, I'm really mad, and I'm real mad if I have to fix something because I don't like fixing stuff every week. But it's been a good year just watching racing. I will say that.
So let me ask you this one: when you rolled into the season this year, you're family owned. It's all right there at your house. Was you expecting to be in the top five of the points here halfway through the season?
I was expecting to lead it by about 300 points. And I know that's unrealistic, but that's how I put my expectations, and I feel like we're capable of going out there and winning every race, and I feel like we could be there.
Have you ever raced at Tazewell that we're going through on Saturday?
Never, I have no clue what it looks like. I've probably watched one YouTube video of the track, so it's going to be interesting. Hopefully, we'll have some good notes with Excel and PPM, and they'll help us out and they're make us true. But the weakest part of it is always the driver. So hopefully, that person doesn't let us down.
So, what got you into racing? I mean, you've been around the dirt track for a couple of years now. What got you in? I think you raced some go karts back in the day, but what got you into the late model stuff?
We started racing go karts whenever I was 8 years old, 22 now. So we've been racing for 14 years. I had some cousins that raced go karts, so I was getting out of it. I was terrible at any sport that you stood at or had to use physical strength in. So about racing's all you're left with: bowling, basketball, football, you name it. Cornhole, fishing, can't sit there. So we always, me and Dad wanted to do something. He always, with his parents and his brother, they did antique tractor pulling. I didn't really find that as exciting as they did. Went and looked at their go karts, and I thought that was cool. Watched one race, and I was hooked from then on. And we've got off of our best season of go karts in 2017. We won 7 races in a row, a national championship, a touring championship, just about the biggest races that you could win, in that junior division. And I was about to move up to like the senior division, and we won 25 races total that year. And we was expecting to, we was going to go through like a struggle development, and because it was a different style of driving, more horsepower, different learning curve. And we just kind of thought, at my height, I was about 5'11", and a really good go-kart racer is about 5 foot, and I was in seventh grade. So that's hard because the go-kart racer, your head kind of turns. So we kind of just thought, what would be the better step? And we was having to drive 4 hours to the closest racetrack. So, and at the time, Crossville was racing a lot, and Boyd's was racing a lot. and I-75, and a lot of tracks in an hour distance from us. So we kind of thought that would be a better stepping point to go to a car. And we watched one of them races, went to Randy Weaver's shop, and got a car from them whenever one came available in 2018, about mid-season, and just kind of took it from there and never looked back and really enjoyed it. We thought that we would be the same level of go-kart racing in about our first year of racing a late model, and we're at year 7, and I don't think we could ever come close to that again.
Picked up like championships too, and then he went to a late model, and same thing. Like, it's a completely different atmosphere. It's a completely different setup. Like, it's a whole new world.
Yeah, cars drive totally different, and there's a lot more nuts and bolts that could break on a car.
Yeah, I drove a Crown Vic a couple weekends ago, and that was totally different than driving a late model. I mean, just it was night and day. I couldn't imagine going from a go kart to a late model just like that. That's crazy.
Okay, so besides racing, what do you do?
I work at Blankenship Farms, and I race cars. That's about all I can do. I work
Nothing
from
physical, nothing sports.
I might do church league volleyball, but I mean, I've got the height of the giraffe and the elegance of a newborn giraffe. So that's about the only thing. We got some really good high school volleyball players, and there's a rule in there that got if two guys hit the ball, a girl has to catch it. And I tell the coach all the time, I'm like, the girls are way better than the guys. It needs to be reversed. I mean, we're terrible. Or I'm terrible, and everyone else is just an all-star team.
You went, you graduated from Tennessee Tech University. You were still racing and all that mints as well. Like, how was that? I know that had to be crazy busy for you.
It was a lot, and I was racing. I'd still come home and work on the weekends that we wasn't racing, and like sometimes through the week. School was hard. Trying to race, I just had to take a weekend off, get the car ready, and then I also did. They had a formula deal, and it was like build your own, like the school would build their own race car, and I built the frames for it, and I went up to Michigan International Speedway, and we did like some tests with it, and we raced a couple times, and that was a lot of fun. But we had like a 2-cylinder Briggs and Stratton motor, and we put billet heads on it. It made like 30 horsepower, and we got it up to making 60 horsepower. We put a turbo on it, blew it up a lot. Um,
I'd
but
say.
it was really cool. I learned a lot about setups, and I knew caster and camber, but I didn't understand the calls behind it. And I learned the calls and how to make it go faster. And I learned a lot of causes on engineering and why, and not just put this in there. But I TIG welded the cars and cut it out, and there's pretty slick little race cars.
Okay. Did that help you with your late model racing as well?
It helps me watching and understanding. That's what it taught me, how to look at something, make it better, and build it. And we don't build a lot of stuff for our late model, and but just understanding why something works or how it works, or it's taught me how to understand it better.
So when you're not at the racetrack, William, you're either on the farm working with your family's nursery in McMinnville, Tennessee, or you're either behind the wheel of your XL chassis. If you're not at those two places, what else are you doing?
I'm sleeping. I mean, that's all. I mean, there's nothing else to do. I mean, I'm either working in the shop or working outside. I mean, I really playing volleyball. That's it. I mean, and the volleyball is like an hour. Like, it's not much.
A minute ago, you were in the shop in front of all the go kart trophies and all that, but you were fixing what happened today on the farm?
The sprayer tractor bent up the front end. Somebody had an accident, and it kind of turned over, and I had to fix. It was bent down, like it had like a spray contraption. It sprays on the front and like in between the rows, and it was bent down and bent back. So what I had to do was jack up the front with the jack, get a ratchet strap, pull it forwards, pull the other side back to make sure the measurement was the same, weld two pieces of angle iron in, and got everything somewhat straight. And it will spray now. I don't know if I wouldn't trust my fabrication on a race car, but I would trust it with the. I mean, I did it with the the Formula car, but that's all new stuff, and I didn't have to work with old stuff. But it's pretty rough.
Is that a normal day on the farm?
Yeah, it's pretty normal. Something's always breaking. I mean,
How many acres is your guys' nursery?
it's about medium size in Warren County for a nursery. I mean, it's pretty good size.
I was gonna say, being family owned, I mean, you pretty much have to pay for everything. But is there any like sponsors that you want to shout out on this podcast that's like been supporting you from the beginning or anything like that?
Oh yes, all of them. Napa, Matt Minville, Prater's Barbecue, McKinley Chiropractics, West Side Auto, XL Racing Chassis, Randall Harris Motors, and PPM Shocks. I mean, they help us get down the road, and we couldn't do it without them.
Randall, yeah.
Yeah. So when you're at home, right? Do you guys have a track there since you go kart raced? Do you guys have a track at home? I know some people do.
No, I mean, we treated it just like the late model. I mean, we put 20 hours of work in our late model before we unload it and turn it around, and that's if nothing breaks. And the go karts, we did the same thing. I mean, we'd have 10 hours in the go kart, and then we'd have 10 hours in tires. So we couldn't. And right the year after I quit, Morrison Speedway opened up, which is about 3 minutes away from my house. I can hear them when they're racing from the house. Uh, so I really wish that happened.
Does it make you want to know?
No, it's way too much work.
That
I
was mine. I was like, you got to get the itch. I know I would if it was in my backyard. I'd be like, let's just go play around one weekend.
I would like to get in one. If somebody with a good go kart offered me a ride, I would do it.
So 4th of July, you're spinning them at racetracks. Has that been something that you've always done, or is this kind of something new that for me, it's been a normal going to racetracks on the 4th. Is that normal for you guys and your family as well?
It's normal. I've missed a lot of parties. Like my mom's side has a party, and we missed it. And I've been missing them probably since about 2015. Is whenever we started missing the Fourth of July parties, and like it's a lot of stuff. Like my friends have a big party, and I can't go to it, and like I'm sad that I can't go to them sometimes, but it's one of those things. I'd rather be racing. Like if I was sitting there and there was a race going on, I would much rather. I wouldn't have fun at that party. I would have fun, like at the track. I regret it, but I don't sit there and look at race monitor the entire time. Like I wouldn't enjoy myself.
Right. And you're thinking, man, I could be racing right now, or I need to do all this to the car right now, and you're sitting there hanging out
Yeah,
with family.
yeah. But and not probably being the happiest person in the world too. Think it, and not saying I don't love my family, but you know,
We
as
love racing.
yeah,
We love racing. And the thing is, though, is like when we go to the racetracks, it's just another big family, especially with the
yeah,
best plumber deal. Everybody is so close, and I mean, everybody hangs out and jives well. It's a lot of fun. It's like
yeah,
going to the racetrack with your family.
yeah. I agree with it.
Oh, do you guys consider me family?
Yeah,
William's like really like
I'm
okay, yeah.
contemplating.
All right, guys, our first guest ever on the Best Plumber Racing podcast, William Blankenship. Man, it has been a blast, and we will see you this Saturday at Tazewell. You ready for it?
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I cannot wait. I've been looking forward to getting on the high banks at Tazewell.
All right, you got to thank them sponsors one more time.
Hi, I'd like to thank Blankenship Farms and Nursery, uh, Napa, Matt Minville, Prater's Barbecue, McKinley Chiropractics, West Side Auto, XL Racing Chassis, Randall Harris Motor, and PPM Shocks and PPM.
There you go, the driver of the XL chassis number 32, William Blankenship.
Thank you. You too. Good luck, Addison. They're going to grill you about some tough questions.
Okay.
All of your personal life is out the window after this interview.
We found
That's
some
fine.
things out about William that no one knows.
Yeah, it's bad. I won't be able to go in church on Sunday after some of the stuff they had me asking.
Alrighty, guys, our second guest on episode number one. He comes to you from South Knoxville, Tennessee. He drives the family-owned CVR race car, the 07. Your number one man in the Best Plumber 604 Racing Series right now, Addison Cardwell. How you doing, buddy?
We're doing pretty good. Just got off work and pulled over and parked and headed on my way to the house.
Shoot, Jay, so what do we do for work?
Drive a truck. So we
Like a
had kind
semi-truck or a dump truck?
of semi truck. Kind of had a long day.
You got those CDLs.
Yeah, CDLs.
Okay, so right now you're number one in points right now by 4. So, how are you feeling going into like mid-season right now?
Tickled to death. We not holding myself to low standard. I didn't expect to be. Didn't really expect to have a win already. Like the first one. We've had some really good runs with some stout competition. We're just family owned and kind of go week to week, so we're tickled to death with that. The points are a little closer than I'd want them to be, but we'll just keep rolling, see what we can do.
So starting that momentum at the beginning of the year, you knock it off with a win at I-75. You've had some really good runs. Is there something with your team you're thinking we need to change this, or has it just been it is what it is kind of deal?
Dad stays on top of it. Uh, I'm glad to work with him. He stays on top of the maintenance, and we work together and kind of jived really good this first part of the year, and hopefully it just keeps on clicking like that. I think as long as we keep finishing in top fives, we'll be there in the end when it matters, and we just got to keep clicking off good runs.
Have you ever raced at Tazewell in a 604?
Yeah, a few times, none really reputable enough to talk about, but I think I ran third or fourth there once with the UCRA stuff, and then I know I ran second there in some sportsman stuff, but never won at Tazewell.
So when you're going into a racetrack like Tazewell, right? It's different than anything else we'll go to all year long. Is there a different prep for the week? Is there a different mentality prep for the week going into that race?
I know it's a different place, and it is different. Like I have laps there, but feel like I've not had a good notebook build up. But with Dad, like we've kind of talked over everything, got everything lined out. Talked with Chip some and Shorty, and we kind of have a pretty good idea where we need to be at. So I'm kind of confident with going in there with good runs, and I think we'll be all right.
So what got you? We asked William this one. This is the big question of the podcast. What got you into racing late models? Did you race go karts beforehand, or did you just jump in a late model and go racing?
And I race go karts. Not a whole lot of go karts though. Like I enjoyed going to the races more with Dad. Of course, Dad's what got me into racing, and growing up watching him, he's kind of my hero, and kind of whole family deal. It was all the cousins, myself, Bailey, Davin, Hayden, all my uncles, Brian, David, Andy, and a whole family was going, and it's something that we all strive to do as the kids. And I got into my first late model was one of Dad's. It was 2010, I believe, Track Star, uh, and my first laps were real slow, and by the end of the day, we were really good and finished. I know top 10 that first night, but yeah, I didn't. I raced go karts on and off, but not really full time, wide open stuff.
And I know we've asked you this before, but whenever it's like you, Hayden, Bailey, Davin, my bad, all of them are out there. Like, is there like competition between y'all, like inter-family competition, or?
Yeah, we won't come out and say it, but everybody gets quiet. Like Uncle David, he gets quiet, and we're all focused. And it's usually we talk before the races and after the races, and if one outruns the other, one has a bad night, we don't really rub it in, and we just kind of not really arguing or pushing each other, but we do try to get everybody as good as we can.
Do you guys bounce ideas off while you're at the racetrack? You know, if one family member's faster than everybody else, do you kind of ask them what they've done, or is it just nothing?
It's kind of quiet. Like I know Hayden's got some really good help with Chip. Um, and then it's kind of like me, Bailey, and Davin. We kind of bounce some ideas off, but and kind of help each other out. Chip helps us as well, or has helped us as well at the racetrack, where we all have the same cars besides Davin, but we kind of relay all that together.
So your son, are you going to put him in go-karts, sorting him out, or you going to let him
Yeah,
kind of do whatever?
we have our first go kart. It's set up for him. The pedal extensions and all that stuff. Shout out to Zeke Arms for giving me a good deal on that. And but he's got a ways to go. We juice box race a little bit, and he races RC cars as well. And but he's just 3, so we got a day or two before he really steps into it.
So you said that you started out kind of go kart racing. Did you guys have a practice track at the house, and do you still have a track at the house of any kind?
I've got a track at my house now. I know growing up, myself and all the cousins, and my sister was the odd one out, being the only girl out of the 5 of us. But my papa always made sure we had some kind of track with yard carts or 4-wheelers, bikes. We always had a track out back at my mom and papa's house, and we wore it out.
So when you're outside of racing, right? You're driving a big truck on the daily. You're outside of racing. You're not racing. What are we doing at home? Are we hanging out with friends? Are we cooking out? What does
We
Addison do on a day off?
day off. It feels like it's never a day off. But a day off, if I get a day off, it's my 3-year-old and Chris's priority, and we always make sure to have something fun. But we got plenty of friends come over. We've been racing a lot of RC cars. It's like a big kid thing. We've had a few shows at the house. We got a racetrack at the house and a couple racetracks right down the road. And um, shoot, it's just hanging out with buddies and really just working on race cars as well. We had a lot of fun. Mom and Dad's been camping a lot, so hanging out with them.
Out of racing all the time, like every weekend pretty much, always working on the car, how much does it mean to you to have Krista? Like someone that actually supports you in like racing and everything?
It means a lot. Man, it's hard on her, and got to brag on her with Rhett at the racetrack, because he's 3 and he's wide open. So that's her. She's chasing him around, but shoot, if we have an off night, she's just as much help as one of the guys. Or I say off night, but if Mom and Dad watch Rhett and me and Krista go racing, she's just as much help as any of the guys. And but as far as home, it's tough. Like if I'm working, have to go to the garage late at night, and but she steps up and does a really good job. Really appreciative of that.
We love that.
Yeah,
Absolutely, you gotta love a good mama too.
yeah, for sure. She's a really good mom. Rhett's really blessed with that.
All right, so we talked to William Blankenship. I've known him a little bit longer than, or not longer. I've known you guys longer, your family longer than him. But he's lived closer to me. He raced at Crossville a lot, and I've talked to him a lot more than we have. What's some cool, interesting facts about you? You know, we know he went to Tennessee Tech for college and things along those lines. What's something about Addison Cardwell the race fans don't know?
I don't know. There's nothing really out of the ordinary with me at all. It's I man, I attended college for a year, but I was stuck on racing and trying to make money and just trying to live. And I've been with Estes for 8.5 years now, so nothing really crazy. I
I
don't
don't
really
know. The
have.
way you drove the other night, I figured it'd been swift, but whatever.
Yeah, I know it.
Give us something, like give us a good one. That you say
That,
that there's nothing, but there's got to be something.
Do you collect something? Like, or do you collect action figures, Pokemon cards? Hell, something.
no, that ain't me, man. Shoot, I don't know. I work, come home, just live life. Nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing too.
Dream vacation, then. Hell, I want to poke for something.
Dream
Dream
vacation.
vacation. Where do you want to go?
I, nothing too crazy. I don't like boats. I'm not a big fan of the water. I don't fly. I don't. Roller coasters are a no. I'm pretty boring. Pretty
So
simple.
you win $15,000 for the points fund, right? You're just gonna go, oh, that's nice, and sit there at the house and watch TV.
Hope Dad don't take it all and spend it all on his camping. My dad's turned old on me. He's camping. He just last night he went and bought 2 jet skis, and we've never done water. Like, I know he hasn't. I don't do water. I can't swim, so I stay out of it.
That's the fact.
Yeah,
That is the fact right there.
I
Addison
can't.
Cardwell could not swim. If he falls in a pond or a puddle, save him. He's
Yeah,
drowning if not.
I need help. I stay away from water. Cruises, I think cruises are a no go. Casinos, that'd probably be a dream vacation. So probably Vegas with a bunch of my buddies and all the casinos. I got a couple buddies that can wear them out and go broke in no time. They're more fun to watch than myself spending money.
The video of you interviewing Welshin this past weekend, it's literally went kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. So, are you gonna just take our interview jobs from us now?
Sure. If if the points lead starts fading, yeah, we could probably work something out like that and keep me around.
Yeah, that was so funny. I walked up and they were BSing and talking. And then I was like, well, you know what time it is? And he goes, y'all just let Addison do it. And I said, here you go, Addison, and just handed him the microphone. And he was like,
That
okay.
that man, he's a different breed. He's wide open all the time, and uh,
We're gonna get
uh,
him here, but we're gonna have to give him his own segment because
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, he's gonna have to have his own thing. He's gonna have to be strapped down to a chair, or else he'll be up walking around, running, yelling, screaming.
he's so
So
funny.
how cool is that, though, like, with our series, that you have a veteran race car driver like that and a race car builder that just sits and talks with you and helps you out like that?
Oh, it's awesome. We've got a bunch of friends racing, and all blessed to have them. But like Welsh and man, it's like I grew up as a kid knowing him. Like I knew who he was, and same with like Mike Weeks and the guys. Whenever I was a kid watching Atomic, that's always cool. But for Welsh to talk with like the younger guys and up and coming, like we're just his best buds. That's pretty cool. And he'll talk, and he was giving me down the road about that heat race, what I should have done, and I won't say what he told me to do, but I think he wanted me to start up there with him, so I let him down.
So I've got to ask this one, and I can tell you can ask whatever you want. You went to start interviewing him, and you almost called him Hayden. Was that on purpose, or was that a mishap?
Oh, it was on purpose. I was gonna get him fired up a little bit and say Zach Sauce, but I didn't want to get punched in the mouth. Thought Hayden was all right. Uh, Myself, Hayden, and Jason kind of hung out on a couple of those Bulls Gap races through the week. When Jason's racing, usually me and Hayden will hitch up together and ride up there and go watch. And it was we hung, we were in the concession stand line. Jason was just giving us down the road.
So we don't have to use the language, but is he just calling you a bunch of sissies and not racing hard, or what is it when he's giving you up and down the road?
He's just cutting up with us. But yeah, he's elbows up, man. At Wartburg race, um, on the restart, I think everybody knows the restart. I seen him split cars going in the front straightaway, and I checked up. I said, "Oh God!" And he threw an elbow, and I got lucky and got under it. But I seen an in camera too. I said, "Geez, this man is on the wheel." But yeah, he's wired up. He's fun to watch.
He is. He's fun.
He's fun to watch, and sometimes you race with him. He's more fun to watch.
Yeah, because you know if you're next to him and he's got to, he's going to hit you. I mean, he's not going to
Yeah,
total you, but he's going to hit you.
yeah. He's gonna yeah
Rattle
make
your
a stand.
cage. That's probably the
Yeah,
best way to put it.
rattle my cage. Yeah.
He is one of my favorites, though. I'm not gonna lie.
He, he's wired all the time. He's fun to talk to. I guess we all got to figure out something to catch the 257. He was flying this week.
I He lapped the feature like twice.
Yeah, he was moving pretty good.
I mean, like as a race car driver, and I've raced, but nowhere near as much. Me and Kateea, we've played around with some late models, nothing near like you guys do. What is that mindset when you've got someone like that that's last year's points champion, and then all of a sudden they start hitting their stride right here mid-season?
Yeah, you just tighten up a little bit. It's kind of dangerous. You see somebody, and he's good. You can't take that away from him. But when he starts hitting his stuff, and they get their team moving, like what he go 3 for 3 last weekend. Um, yeah, he's dangerous. It's you kind of step up your game a little bit, and you it's more prideful if you do outrun them and you do run good, but it's you're harder on yourself if you've worked that worked that much harder to try to do it, and you don't do it that week, or you don't run as good as you think you should have. But yeah, man, it's going to be tough. I think though he's really good there at Thunder Mountain, but we've been good. We've been good at the coming up tracks. So besides Tazewell, we'll see how Tazewell goes.
I was going to say we've not had a back-to-back winner yet, or a two-time winner out of 4 races. Everybody's been brand new. We had you at the beginning, Brandon Williams, Sice, and then Marler. When
Yeah,
do we see a second winner again? When do you think someone's going to win another race out of those 4?
those 4. I think it'll be Wartburg. I think. I know last time I finished second. I think Marler was third or fourth. Uh, if Zach gets to come, Zach's really good at Wartburg. Or Williams has already won at Wartburg. But I think that's when you see it. That's the first week in August, isn't it? If
I believe so.
Yeah, I think so.
August 8th. Yep.
Yeah, I think that'll be the first time you see that. Then we follow that up with Smoky Mountain. I
Which we haven't raced there yet, so.
have not raced there.
I mean, that's kind of like Knoxville's local. A lot of y'all from Knoxville go to Smoky Mountain.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't won a race there neither. I've been good there a couple times, but nothing crazy. I look for Colby will be good there. Colby's really good around Smoky Mountain. Just like this weekend going to Tazewell, Foltz will be good. Like Odie, a couple of guys not running the series, but they'll be up front and competing really well. So
So yeah, what's it feel like having a young gun like Colton Herbert right on your heels, 4 points behind you in the points? He's never been to a lot of these racetracks. We've talked to him all year long. He's like, I've never been to this track. I've never been to this track. Basically, all these racetracks I've never been to. How does that feel being 4 points ahead of him there?
it's I know he's good. He's really good, and he gets to race a lot. He's raced a lot through the year. Like I raced over the weekend 3 times, whereas it does suck on my end. I'd love to race every night of the week, but family and work kind of comes first for me. And like tonight, I clocked out at 7:45, so that was it on my weekday, and I'm still 15 minutes from the house. But he's got a lot of experience in his young years. I think he's going to be really tough to beat, especially in the second half of the season where we've already been to most of the tracks. So he'll have a good notebook and
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was going to say. He's got a little bit of a notebook build up now, and he's finishing on the top 10 everywhere he went. I mean, heck, volunteer, he went from
yeah,
21st to 6th. So you got to give a kid that young. He's got good equipment. He's got good sponsors behind him, everything like that. But the kid can wheel a race
yeah,
car,
he's
and he's
really good
proving
at
it right now.
Bulls Gap. He was moving really well. We started back there together, and he just kind of inched away. But Bulls Gap was probably our roughest night. I was kind of sad about that. I've had a lot of good luck at Bulls Gap, and we kind of struggled there at the beginning, but I think we know kind of where to start off next time. So hopefully that'll be better.
That is something with the series, how we revisit every track that we're going to. So I feel like that's gonna keep the volume of like the interesting parts of the racetrack still there, because everyone's kind of gonna get a
Yeah,
second
for
chance
sure.
to
I think
redo it.
everybody wants a second chance at the I-75 race, but see how that all pans out.
I hate that I've missed that race. Gosh.
And I
I,
know that Addison really wants to repeat that night, but I don't want to repeat that
yeah,
night.
I loved it. I loved every minute of it.
I was just going to say, outside of yourself, right, with the crew we've got following the series, who do you think's the next one to pick up a victory?
Next
That
with the
hasn't won already. They haven't won yet. Well, who's going to be our one that's going to win their first one?
in the series, like this year,
Yeah.
I think William was fast at Wartburg last time. He kind of faded off in the race, but like outside the series, I think, like I said, Foltz will be a factor this weekend. Odie's really fast up there. A bunch of those Tazewell local guys that can get around that place, they're going to be tough. Um,
I figured you'd say Welshin since he hadn't picked a
that's
win up yet.
that's where I was going. I was going to say Welshin this weekend at Tazewell. Uh, he'll be a threat up there. He's elbows up. That's what I got to get loose for this weekend. I'm more of a slick and slow kind of guy, not this stuff.
Yeah, Tazzle's one of those where you take it and throw it over the shoulder and let it hang while you go. And that's how you got to drive that
Ye-
track to be fast.
Yeah, for sure.
I really
What?
hope it doesn't right now. I want to go to I want to watch y'all at Tazewell bad.
I hope it doesn't rain out neither, but yeah, it's looking stout in the area.
It is.
I
It
hope
is.
I hope it doesn't. I'd like to go and well, I say that, but if I have a good night, yeah, then absolutely. I hope it doesn't, but
So
we'll
so it
see.
rains out. Let's just say it rains out Saturday. What are you doing? What's the game
What am I
plans?
doing?
Because I know you've already talked about it.
I've got a buddy that's he got in a fight with a ladder and fell off, broke his foot, and I think we've already planned up if that were to happen, we're gonna watch the McGregor fight at his place.
That's our plans too here at
Yeah,
our compound.
yeah, and then we hope it don't rain Sunday because we got a big RC race right down the road. It pays a little bit of money.
You going to come to Bluff Gap on Monday,
This Monday,
the 13th?
I don't know what they're racing. I mean,
There's
I know the Southern National stuff, but if they're
I don't know on the classes.
no, I don't know what classes.
Well, you said that you and Hayden usually come up there and watch.
Yeah, we'll come. I'll come. I'll be there to watch for sure and go buy my little boy some diecasts. But it's what we wear out.
I've been trying to get my buddy. He
But
does a ton of 3D printing. And I was like, you got to 3D print a late model. And there's one guy, I can't remember who it is, but he's 3D printing them and they're all hocked up and attitude and everything.
yeah, that I think that's Herbert's buddy.
Is it?
I think so.
Them
Line
things
them
are
up.
wild. All right. Well, Rays fans, I hope you had enough to drink tonight and I hope you were comfortable and in the air conditioner. This was our second guest on the first ever podcast of the Best Plumber Racing Series podcast. Addison Cardwell, South Knoxville. You got to thank those sponsors, buddy.
Yeah, I think them all. First off, on Dad's car, Tim Dameron Trucking. He does a ton for us and helps us out in any way he can. Man, we got a ton. Kodak Tractor, Mr. Joey helps me out. All the people that come around surround me. Mom, Dad, Krista, Rhett, my papa Mark, Scotty, Zach Fine. He always busts his tail for me, and shoot, I pay him in armbands and food. But yeah, he'll do anything in the world for me. I've just got a bunch of friends. PPM, Bruce Built. Bruce has always been there with me. Timmy Price with Go Explore Japan. We got Karen's Custard. Mobility Scooters by CT5, Curtis Thomas. See who else. I know I'm forgetting a bunch. I should have wrote them down. But just CVR race cars. I also want to shout out Mike Knuckles with Warrior. He helps me out a lot. He's actually just about 5-10 minutes down the road. Anything I need, I can call, and no matter what, he gives advice. And but we've actually become pretty good buddies over the course of the last year, really. But especially Mom and Dad, they stepped up this year and fielded me this, and they really take care of me. And like I said, Krista and Rhett loves the racetrack, and I'm glad to be able to take him and give him that opportunity. But just everybody that helps out and helps me get to the racetrack and uh, always takes care of me. My buddy Tony Jones, he's still around. He still calls me and checks in on me and makes sure we're doing all right. And I don't have a picture of my car, but or I'd look for more sponsors. But I, be- I believe that's it, man. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Well, I think that's it. But yeah, everybody's appreciated. Every little bit helps. It takes a lot to do the stuff. Tires being as much as they are, it's just, yeah, it's tires, fuel, just getting up and down the road, even gas. When we were up to $4 a gallon, it's hard to fill the truck up and go, especially being just a regular working man. So, but yeah, we're blessed to do it and blessed to be in the position we're in. We'll just keep trying.
Guys, that is the number one man in the 2026 points chase, the driver of the 07 CVR, Mr. Addison Cardwell.
Also, shout out to Kobe Warner for not calling.
Yes.
Yeah, the only reason he didn't call is I told him about 15 minutes ago. I was on the phone with him. But he tends to call me about once every 15 minutes, so I'll be waiting on a call here in a minute. All my buddies, like Colby especially, he's wired up. I hope to see him do good at Smoky Mountain and the coming round. He was fast at Wartburg and screwed himself, but
God, he stepped on his own dick, didn't he?
yeah, we won't bring that up.
We just got done talking to Addison Cardwell and William Blankenship, and now we're going to take the time to shout out our 2026 sponsors. We have Best Plumber, Longhorn Chassis, Swift Spring, Base Race Fuel, Andy Deal Trucking,
Victory Seats, Daytona 1, Hajoko of Knoxville, Ramsey and Sons Excavating, and our brand new sponsor this year just jumped on tour with us, Ted Russell Ford. We can't say enough about those guys. Like I said a minute ago, when you're in those places of business, all of those guys tell me you heard them right here at the Best Plumber Racing and the Best Plumber Racing Series. Kateea, let's go to the racetrack.